Welcome to the 1940's Gladiator Round Tournament. Today's matchup features Jack Dillinger versus Juan Ferrero. I tried to use like an older style voice there, like an old radio voice. These are old matches. Now, I feel that it is very important to add these into my channel. These are the guys, the pioneers that built this sport. It would not exist without these dudes. Now, with all due respect to Juan Ferrero, he is very built. Look at the abs. But Jack Dillinger is just thickly built. And with today's modern judging techniques, yes, I have to give this one to Jack Dillinger. Much more muscular, thick, developed. But like I said, with all due respect, look at them abs. I'm sure for his time, Juan Ferrero was one fantastic bodybuilder for sure. This is a little closer for a victory in the part of Juan. I'd actually give him this one. That peak on the bicep is pretty much matching that of Jack Dillinger, although I must say the angles of these pictures, the angle of the Juan Ferrero, the camera seems to be down on the ground, making his legs look much longer and his torso much shorter. I have to take everything like this into consideration. Sometimes the comparison videos I've seen, they don't take those things into consideration, and that can make the whole difference, the camera angle, I'm here to tell you. But I am much more lenient for these older matches. I have to go with what pictures I have, and pretty much no competition pictures, and that is my strict rule for all the other Gladiator rounds from the 1960s and above. But for the 40s and the 50s, I'm lenient. I'm going to give this one to Juan. Look at them abs. This is a pretty fair comparison here. I'll call it a side tricep, front tricep. Either way, I have to say Juan is definitely almost matching Jack in the muscularity department. Judging by the other pictures, and he was nowhere close, but wow, he's doing a good job. It's all about display. It's all about the illusion. But at the end of the day, Jack Dillinger is still that much bigger and more impressive in my opinion. Hard to say for conditioning. You can't tell anything like that in these older pictures. But big old chest on Jack. Fantastic. Jack gets the Duke. This is quite a little matchup here in this front lat spread, and it could honestly go either way. The conditioning this time, it's much more evident. Juan Ferrero is just amazing. Look at his physique. Wow. This man, of course, is no longer with us, so I feel very proud to show these old pictures of this man. He died very young in a car accident. You know, this guy actually, he had a couple of kids with a Spanish dancer. Probably a beautiful woman. Imagine the kids they would have had. Beautiful kids. Actually, his son was an athlete himself back in the 60s. I mean, this man was born way back in 1918, I believe. Anyway, a little history lesson for Juan Ferrero. I don't know. I still have to go with Jack Dillinger. Just unreal in the silhouette. And thickness, I mean, come on. If I didn't vote for him, then I wouldn't know what bodybuilding is all about. But I have to say, there is an argument when you look at the conditioning of Juan. But since I am naming this a front lat spread, if it was another pose, I might give this one to Juan. But those lats of Jack, I can't ignore those. Here in the side tricep, or lack of a better term. And whenever you do an arm comparison with these guys, and it's going to go to Jack Dillinger 9 times out of 10. Poor Juan, when you take the abs out of the equation, it is a definite Jack Dillinger game. But taking nothing away from Juan Ferrero, I believe he was the first Mr. Universe champion. Now, I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I'm just going off my memory. But I believe he was the first. But I don't think it was the IFBB or the NABA promotions. It was another promotion, I believe. Either way, the poor man is losing to Jack Dillinger here. So, good old Action Jackson advances on. That should be a dandy matchup. Steve Reeves versus Jack Dillinger. Two pretty good seeds in this. I think Jack's going to prove to be a little bit of a dark horse in this. Will he be able to take Steve? I don't know. He's definitely going to stand up for himself. I'm going to focus more in on the competition pitchers as we reach to the finals in this. I'm going to do my best. Saving grace is the better bodybuilders will make it to the finals, and I'm sure they will have plenty of competition pitchers. So by the time the final happens, I'm going to make it a strict competition-only photo comparison. But enough about that. Clarence Ross takes on Steve Stanko. For the next matchup in this tournament, Clarence Ross, do not sleep on this man. If you've never heard of this guy, he was just a superstar back in the 40s and the 50s. Most of these guys competed also in the 50s. Steve Reeves, known for being a 50s man, but in actuality, he only competed once in 1950, and that was at the 1950 Universe. He won it, then retired. A little bit of a history lesson. I like to add that into these older Gladiator rounds. Personal favorites of mine. I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to the next one. Have a good day.